Welcome to WealthWise Summaries, where we dive into life-changing insights from influential authors. Today, we're delving into Daring Greatly by Brené Brown, a profound book that redefines the power of vulnerability. Brown, a renowned researcher, challenges us to embrace vulnerability not as a weakness, but as a courageous act and a catalyst for connection, creativity, and growth. In Daring Greatly, she unfolds how vulnerability can transform our lives, impact our relationships, and redefine leadership and parenting. Join us as we explore Brown's groundbreaking work on the importance of being vulnerable and the strength it brings to every aspect of our lives. In Daring Greatly, Brené Brown, a renowned researcher and storyteller, delves into the concept of vulnerability, challenging the perception that it is a sign of weakness. Brown argues that vulnerability is, in fact, our most accurate measure of courage and the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. Drawing from her extensive research, she demonstrates how embracing vulnerability can transform the way we live, love, parent, and lead. Key concepts and detailed analysis. Redefining vulnerability. Brown redefines vulnerability as emotional exposure, risk, and uncertainty, which she describes as the core of all emotions and experiences. She argues that vulnerability is not about winning or losing, but having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. The book challenges the myth that vulnerability is weakness and shows that it is our most accurate measure of courage. The culture of scarcity. Brown discusses the culture of scarcity, the sense of never being enough, which feeds our fear of vulnerability. She explores how this culture impacts various aspects of life, including parenting, work, and relationships. She emphasizes the need to recognize and combat this culture of scarcity to embrace vulnerability. Shame and vulnerability. A significant part of the book is dedicated to understanding shame and its relationship to vulnerability. Brown describes shame as the fear of disconnection and explains how it can hinder our willingness to be vulnerable. She offers strategies for developing shame resilience, which is key to embracing vulnerability. The power of empathy. Empathy is presented as a critical tool for connecting with others and their vulnerability. Brown explains how empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is essential in creating authentic connections. Vulnerability in leadership and innovation. Brown applies the concept of vulnerability to leadership and organizational culture. She challenges leaders to embrace vulnerability as a strength, fostering environments of trust and innovation. She illustrates how vulnerability can lead to greater innovation, creativity, and change within organizations. Vulnerability in relationships and parenting. In relationships, Brown advocates for vulnerability as a means to deepen connections and build trust. She explores how being vulnerable with partners, friends, and family can lead to more meaningful relationships. In parenting, she discusses how showing vulnerability can model healthy emotional awareness and resilience for children. Conclusion. Daring Greatly is a compelling call to embrace vulnerability as a source of strength and a pathway to a more fulfilling life. Brené Brown's research and stories provide a powerful framework for understanding how vulnerability can transform our approach to personal and professional relationships, leadership, and self-awareness. We've reached the end of our insightful journey through Brené Brown's Daring Greatly. This book challenges us to confront our fears of vulnerability, to embrace our imperfections, and to recognize the strength and openness and emotional exposure. Brown's compelling research and narratives inspire us to live authentically, lead with empathy, and connect deeply with those around us. Thank you for joining WealthWise Summaries. If you're inspired to embrace vulnerability and transform how you engage with the world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Embrace the courage of vulnerability and witness its transformative power in your life and relationships.